I usually have a hard time getting into city building games, but there's something about kingdoms and castles that really grabbed my attention and wouldn't let me go. It might have been the simplistic visual style of the game that suggested a more simplistic game period. A lot of times city building games can just be too complicated for me. I've tried a few of them. Either they're too complicated or they just lack a sense of direction and purpose. I like my games to have objectives rather than being totally sandbox, for example. This game is sandbox. You know, your task is to survive and thrive, basically. You start out with this basic castle and you got to basically build up your kingdom from scratch and learn to live off the land. You'll need sustainable food and you'll need a place to store it, stockpile extra food for the winter, and you'll need to build defenses to protect your city against Vikings and dragons that will come periodically. The game has a good number of different types of buildings you can put into your kingdom, and there's a good number of different resources that you have to manage and balance. But it does stay relatively simple. It's not going to be incredibly difficult to get the hang of. There were times when I was actually really struggling though. My city was seeming to be growing, but I didn't really understand some of the mechanics, some of the resources that I was just not gathering sufficiently, and my advisors kept complaining. My people were unhappy and I didn't know what was going on, but eventually I figured it out and I was able to get to a place where everything was all good. As I say, you do have a small team of advisors who will kind of point you in the right direction if you are not sure what to do next, and you'll be able to see how happy your people are, how healthy they are. You can get little hints here and there of what you should be doing. Of course, you have a number of resources you need to keep an eye on, like wood, coal, stone, iron, gold, tools, and a bunch of other things. Of course, you have options on what kind of food to produce. You can put in farms to grow crops. You can put in orchards to grow food. You can actually fish the seas, and you can raise pigs for meat. A whole bunch of different stuff. For your people to be really happy, they're going to want variety, so you're going to want a bunch of different types of food and plenty to feed everybody and store away for the winter. You're going to need to mine rocks. You're going to need to cut down trees and replant trees so that everything's sustainable, right? You want everything to be sustainable and in balance. You're going to need to use some of that wood to construct buildings. You're going to need stone to construct buildings. You're going to need to turn some of that wood into coal to keep houses warm, and for blacksmiths to build tools with, and the tools are used by the skilled tradesmen. Everything kind of works together harmoniously. Of course, you're going to end up needing to raise an army as well. Every few in-game years, you'll be attacked by Vikings and dragons, and they become more and more powerful each time they come around. So you're going to want to keep on developing your army and your city. You can put in archers' towers. You can actually raise ground troops as well, archers and soldiers. And a really cool little feature is that you can design your kingdom's flag as well. So I put a little DadDude flag graphic in there, and you can see the little troops carrying the flags around, and it's very cool. Like I say, I started this game not really knowing what I was in for or what I was doing, but it was simple enough for me to get the hang of, and although I struggled for a little while in there, I was able to eventually figure it all out and come out pretty smooth. I used up most of the map space. My people were near 100% happiness and 100% health as well, and I thought, okay, I've done it. I'm satisfied. I was like 5 hours into this thing. I was like, cool, I did it. This is the closest thing to an end game that I really need, and I think I've seen enough to give a review of this game. So of course I would like to jump into this game, start a new kingdom, knowing what I know now, kind of build things in a different way, more efficient way, and perhaps choose a larger map and a higher difficulty setting and see how I do. But for me, for a novice to this genre, I would say, you know, this was a perfect entry-level game for somebody who's not experienced in city builders, or maybe like me, you think they're just a little too complicated and overwhelming, this game is for you. You know, as the simplistic graphical style of this game suggests, the gameplay is not overwhelming either. It is a simple, kind of minimalist game, but it does have enough depth to keep you going and keep you on your toes as you manage all these different resources and demands of your city. It's a whole lot of fun. Definitely check it out. I got it on sale. It's already kind of a budget price game anyways. No, there aren't as many features. There are no real campaigns or multiplayer skirmishes or anything like that, but it is a heck of a lot of fun for what it is. Cool single player experience that you can easily spend a weekend playing or more. Check it out, guys. Kingdoms and Castles. If you enjoyed this video, I hope you'll give it a thumbs up, leave me a comment, let me know what you think, and subscribe to the channel for more videos. I appreciate it a lot. Thank you for watching. See you next time.